J.Willcox, in my mind, he's just not your average wildcard. He comes into this event knowing the break like the back of his hand, and he's been in a few Championship Tour events before, so a very, very tough heat here for Frederico. Coming off that great performance down at Bells Beach, he just looked a little bit, unenthusiastic, and perhaps he can tidy it up here. Well, we're going to get a look at it.
Driving up into this first section, the Brazilian lets go of a nice backhand jam, again into the pocket, whips it around nicely. And now looks to finish this one off on the inside, just gets absolutely slammed by the oncoming section. So a couple of turns on the outside. A lot of talent progressing already through to the third round. That goal might become a little bit harder to attain as we move through this contest. Here's the replay of Miguel's ride.
Really difficult wave to surf with all this. Better signs from M.Pupo on those opening two rides, two turns there. Frederico, live action.
The surfer representing Portugal drives through his first carve. Of all the surfers that found themselves in the elimination round, I think that F.Morais might have shown us, the best opening round performance for a surfer that ended up here. And he starts off nicely.
Miguel connecting two really nice turns there. So good signs, but look at the wave that Freddie's got here. I love this opening turn. Just really drives through the fins, up and over on that floater section, and finishes off really well.
He was saying, look, back in my day, one of those classic stories, back in my day before heats got underway, there was basically a confrontation of some sort, sometimes physical, every single day. As we see Jacob now on his first ride. Oh, big blast there through the fins. Managed to regain control. It's a smaller ride though, and I don't think he's going to love the feel of that one.
Nope. This guy really shines, but then he's got an incredible air game as well. Riding a 5'11 DNA MF model from Darren Handley, using the FCS MF large fin.
But those strong performances early on really took the pressure off. Here goes J.Willcox, wave number 2. The wildcard repping this local area beautifully. Just doesn't really get that big high impact finish that he was after. And it's taken himself out of maybe the order here for a set wave, Rich. You were talking on it earlier. Loving the just the answer to that pressure from F.Morais on his opening ride. M.Pupo pretty strong on his opener as well. But Frederico, for a surfer looking to stay on tour for the back half of the year, to come up against J.Willcox, I've got to say it's the toughest draw. I'm sure his wife Bruna's watching on at home, so a big shout out to the Pupo family. And they could be very proud of the surfing that he's done so far this year, but he wants more. Much like Kaio, he's struggled to finish at the very top end of the rankings, and he's got a great opportunity with those big finishes already adding to his score tally to really ramp things up. Looks like it might be Frederico going after this second score, which should see him into the lead. Started so strong here, 6.33, loading up for a big hit on the inside. We'll still have room to move as this wave provides another section there before the reef. And Frederico should make that jump into first.
Yeah, absolutely. And we'll just check here whether... Looks like Jacob is going to pull a trigger on this one.
Yeah, needs a couple of extra paddles to get into it and has to chase down this first section, but sets up a nice little backhand carve to get started up into the pocket again. And Willcox now looking for the finish, bit of foam to deal with, but does well, reads it nicely. It was a tricky section, didn't exactly stand up for him, but he'll make the run to the Red Bull ski there. It's going to be his best wave. And we'll see if he can get himself back up into a position to qualify for the next round, because F.Morais dropped the 3.7, moved to first. Miguel's in second now, and Jacob needs a 3.85 out of that one.
Let's check the replay here. So just an extra couple of strokes to get into that one. The wind holding him up, patiently coming off the bottom. Now he drives through the backhand turn and again sits on the hillside rail. A quick reaction up into the pocket and just streaks down the line. Knew he wanted to get to the finish here. Get that score on the board. Approach to, say, a John or a Philippe where it's dynamic. But let's take a look here Jacob streaking down the line on this one. Slightly smaller weight, but up and under the lip. A critical turn, and again a second one. Not quite there on, but then this one here, a great way for Miguel. Look at this, driving from behind the section. Just the timing perfectly up into the lip. And a second, very smooth off the bottom, throws the board up and over the section.
Right behind this contest and have signed up for another 3 years, so that's something that all the surfers on the CT will look forward to. They love their time here in the West, as we see Morais taking off again. Good looking wall standing up, goes to that rail, one of those clinical frontside carves to get started. Again leans into the carve and now sets up the finish. Nice hooking turn off the top there as the wave goes dry on the inside. He picks his little track through the rocks there to get to the Red Bull ski.
And then Frederico Morais, I love how he drives around the section, just keeping the gas on through these turns, just engaging the rail, not overcooking it. I guess you could argue maybe a fraction conservative, but he's getting the work done. It's undeniably good surfing here. Look at the leverage. He's a tall fella up around the 6'2", 6'3" mark, and that allows him to just put all that power into these turns here. Full extension with the wings. The back leg cocked with all the power. And Freddie just driving through all the way to the inside here, gets the third. Tweaks it out a little bit there, gets the release of the fins. Any form of pressure that I had so that I could open up and surf to my full potential.
Miguel Pupo has been surfing beautifully. That was a full potential turn. Unfortunately, he wasn't able to regain control. J.Willcox is a surfer with work to do at the moment, and that might have been the fall that he needed. The opportunity that he has to seize on now. After a 6.24, decent first turn. Needs more out of this though. Can he hang on for the reverse? He will. Needs a little more, just throwing everything at this ride. Great small wave surfing to finish it off. But was it enough? A 6.24 was the requirement to overcome Miguel Pupo and get himself in a second spot with 45 seconds to go. That might have been his last shot at Frederico Morais. Did it beautifully there in Heat 3 of the elimination round. Solid performance from him. Miguel Pupo with the highest single ride of the heat. J.Willcox falling short on that last ride.